A sunshiny day in New Rochelle, New York sees Iona fighting for their postseason lives against the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Welcome to Mazzella Field in New Rochelle, New York. I'm Chris Lynch alongside of Charlie Brooks. And Charlie, the MAC standings this year have been a little bit crazy.
Yeah, let's look at the Live MAC standings now, and it is very interesting top to bottom looking at this league. Right now, Iona are sitting in 7th place at 2-4 in conference. Top 6 get into the MAC tournament later or next month, I should say. And so this is a huge game for Iona. They need to win. The other big game going on right now, Manhattan and Fairfield. Those two teams are both 3-3 in the MAC, so the loser of that game could possibly drop into that 7th spot, and Iona can jump up into the top 6 as these two teams are playing for their, or 3 teams actually are playing for their playoff lives. Iona, they have the game today against Quinnipiac. Should be an interesting one. Quinnipiac have really struggled in the conference this season. Only one win, that coming against winless Marist.
Quinnipiac in their road blue uniforms, the word Quinnipiac across the front, numbers on both the front and back. Iona in their home whites. Mazzella Field has been good. The Gales 4-1 overall are the Iona College Gales here at Mazzella Field. The officials setting the ball up in between the two players at the center dot. We are just about ready to go. 15 minutes up on the clock for the first quarter. This goes straight up. Takes a friendly bounce, and Quinnipiac jumps on it. That's Maddie Deegan, the player who jumps on it, and the Bobcats will get the first possession of the game. Frequently so important to get momentum early in these types of matchups. Rotates this one. They'll lob it back up top. Didn't like anything they had developing behind the net. Emily Feeney, the junior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, will dive in, hand it off behind the net. Kaylee Moore spins off a defender. Quinnipiac is being very methodical and taking their time looking to get anything going. Kleberg drives in, retreats. Feeney there to help her out. Pass down to the left side. Takes it here. We've burned off to about the first minute of the game. Already walks it in, cuts back towards the center. Wants a shot, bounces it, and that is in. We've got our first goal of the game, 1 minute and 2 seconds into the ball game, 1-0 Quinnipiac.
And that is our player to watch today for Quinnipiac. It's Desiree Kleberg who opens the scoring, her team leading 28th of the season. And that was a great job. Even with the swarm of Iona defenders on her, she still was able to get the shot off, going into the bottom right corner. And the second straight home game that Iona has given up a goal within the first minute. Last time out against Niagara, it was the visitors that opened the scoring. See if Iona can respond as quickly as they did in that home game.
Maddie Deegan, the senior from Putnam Valley, New York, takes the draw for Quinnipiac. Kira Verada out to take it for Iona. She's only 4 draw controls away from winning, or from taking the all-time program record for single-season draw controls. Not going to get it this time. It ends up bouncing down to Sofia Asino. Whistle sounded, so they'll retreat, and now they'll set their offense up. Feeney down onto the left side, looking for her team to get the personnel they want. They've got it. Swing it behind for Kira Patterson, junior from Fulton, New York. Back up top for Kleberg. Feeney has some room to work with, cuts it back towards the middle. Rolls around a defender, shoots it, that's off the pipe, bounces out. Back up top, poked free for a second. Still bouncing, and finally controlled. No, still bouncing. We've got a whistle sounding. It's going against Quinnipiac, and Iona will get their first possession of the game.
And what a great battle there by Kira Verada. Not only a great offensive player, but putting a lot of pressure on Kleberg, able to finally win the ball after a hold was called against the Quinnipiac attacker.
And Iona completes the clear. They come in with a 92.7% clear rate. That's 3rd in the entire country. And one of the best at being able to get across the field, spacing everybody out at the offensive end. Haven't taken it inside the 12 or the 8 yet. Now into the 12, getting to the 8. Cuts it to the right side. Shot and score! Emily Stewart ties the game up. It takes one possession for the Gales to get on the scoreboard.
Emily Stewart, one of the players for Iona that's been having a fantastic season. No surprise that she's able to score there. It was a tight angle that she did score from, going between the legs of the Quinnipiac goalkeeper, it looked like. And Quinnipiac, they're going to have to shut down both Verada and Stewart, and that's easier said than done.
Goalkeepers, by the way, Sophia Votto, the freshman from Northford, Connecticut, in the Iona net. Kat Henselder, the junior from Lindenhurst, New York, is the Quinnipiac goaltender. Henselder has been voted the Defensive Player of the Week one time so far this season. She's put up some pretty good performances, but the MAC is a hard league. There's only 2 teams with an overall under 500 record in this conference.
Yeah, top to bottom, a very good league, and the MAC standings reflect that, where all of these teams are only separated by a couple of games.
They pack the zone. We're going to get an infraction called against Quinnipiac. We'll have our first free position.
Actually, a foul against Iona will set up the free position for Quinnipiac.
Sydney Skalstead, the senior from Pasadena, Maryland, will have possession of it. Runs it on, shoots it, save made. Sophia Votto, a very good position to make that play and keep it tied at 1 apiece.
And Votto is coming off 2 really big games against Niagara and Manhattan. That Manhattan game, she had 11 saves and 11 goals allowed in their win.
Emily Feeney causes the turnover and runs it the opposite direction. Gets around a defender, runs in, shoots it, save made again by Votto. Back-to-back big saves for Votto.
She may be a freshman, but she's really coming into her own later in this season. There's a bright future ahead of Iona if they have Kira Verada and Sophia Votto for the next few years.
Yeah, Verada has a really good case to be the MAC Rookie of the Year, in the way that she's been playing and how highly ranked she is in a whole bunch of categories as that ball finds its way out of bounds.
And another turnover for Iona. You talked about the
clear
rating, and all of a sudden it's the commentator's jinx. Back-to-back unsuccessful clears.
1 for 3 so far in clearing attempts. Cuts it back to the left side, does Gabby Beckett. Senior midfielder needs a pass to get out of danger, and does to Maddie Deegan. Verada coming up with the back check to elude the would have been defensive pressure, and will just wait and look.
This is one of those games. Quinnipiac are all but out of the MAC tournament picture, but they are coming here trying to get this win and hurt Iona's chances at the tournament. There's still a lot of pride to play for as well for these Bobcats.
Gales really need to win out this game against Quinnipiac and the next one against Marist. Kleberg has some space, rolls in, shoots it wide to the left. Possession's going to stay with the Bobcats. Kaylee Moore was the nearest player to it. Moore just takes the release valve. Close into the circle, wanted a pass, didn't have a look. We'll just take the lob up top to Kleberg. Gets it to the right side. Lainey Roan in defense. They'll swing it behind the net. 8 to work with on the shot clock. Ball comes out. Going to be an Iona foul. Yes, it is.
Verada called for the push, and that's a big call for the referees to make, as it looked like that ball was going to be a turnover if not for the foul.
5 seconds for Quinnipiac to get a shot away. Bounce shot will go wide, and who's nearest to it? They're going to say Iona, specifically Aaron O'Donnell, the graduate student from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And since scoring that goal, all the play has been at this end with 2 failed clear attempts for the Gales.
Yeah, the ride is really operating well for the visitors right now, giving no options for Iona to get past this defense.
They finally get an initial pass away. Stewart spins off of a defender, will take the safety valve behind her, and O'Donnell just trying to get to the center field line. Get the pass across to Linthicum, who will complete the clear. And Iona finally gets another in that category for them. They've gotten one shot on goal so far this game, and it went in the net. Setting up behind. Wants a pass up front. Take the shovel pass behind. Iona being very methodical. Both these teams, and ball comes out of Brewster's stick. Still contested. Who's got it? Quinnipiac is on it. I think that was Gabby Beckett who got on it. So another possession in which
turnover by the Quinnipiac defense. It's been both the ride and then the regular defense that has stepped up for them.
Good handling by Sophia Iacino to set up the offense here. 65 to work with. 8 minutes left to be played in the first quarter for what has flown by. Setting it up behind the net is Sydney Skalstead. Rolls, spins, looks. Ball comes out. Picked up by Iona. Carly Linthicum, the freshman from Damascus, Maryland, gets on top of it. Gales trying to get another clear. Good cut. Splits a couple of defenders. Does Verada.
And we're going to get a yellow card, so a woman up chance early here for Iona. A foul against the Quinnipiac defender trying to keep Verada from the offensive zone. Iona's been very efficient from woman up chances this season. They've had a lot of woman up goals.
It's a green card they flagged against Maddie Deegan, the senior from Putnam Valley, New York, one of the more important defensive-minded midfielders on this team. And that's a big advantage for the Gales. They've gotten one shot away so far, and it went in. Fresh 90 for them to work with. Into the middle, shot, save made, bouncing ball behind the goal. It's picked up, fumbled for a second, and kept in by Alexa Maggiacomo. Megan Collins. Ball comes free on the other side. Brewster's on top of it. Active sticks for Quinnipiac in these passing lanes. Collins. The top facilitators this conference has to offer. That's the right side for Stewart. Stewart with the lone goal for Iona so far. Up top, walks it in. Brewster to the middle. Shot comes out. The official's going to blow the play dead as Catherine Meyer hit the turf.
And it's a dangerous follow-through against Myers, so now she will go to sit down for a couple of minutes. That's a yellow card against Catherine Meyer, so now both teams a player down right now.
A defensive showdown so far here. One goal apiece in the early going. Offense has been really hard to come by.
We had the first minute goal from Quinnipiac and then a quick response from Iona, and ever since then, you're right, it's been all defense, as we've already played just about 9 minutes in this game. Still at 1-1, and the goalkeepers haven't had much to do either. Vado with 2 saves.
Very good saves, very big saves to this point. Kleberg and Stewart, the goal scorers. No assists on either of those goals.
Quinnipiac player is back, by the way, so it's a woman up for Quinnipiac currently.
Loose ball. Trying to draw that one free. They can't quite get it away from Ella Grace Delmond. Bouncing up. They will get it. Still no clear winner on the ground ball possession battle. Rada scoops this one up. Player tumbles down. The Iona coaching staff not happy about no foul being called here. Quinnipiac comes up with it. They've got 35 to work with on the shot clock. Spin move, fumbles down, a yellow flag comes up. Play blown dead. They're lining up as though it's going to be a free position for Quinnipiac, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, the delayed call there by the referee for the free position. That's just going to infuriate the Iona coaching staff even more, as Verada's foul was not called.
And it's a goal. Ella Grace Delman, the freshman from Rockville Center, New York, makes it and gives Quinnipiac the lead back 2-1. We'll take a quick breather here. Come back in a moment. 5:31 left in the first quarter. Chris Lynch, Charlie Brooks from New Rochelle, New York.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail take you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Let Pepe Auto Group make your dreams of owning a luxury vehicle a reality. Voted Best Luxury Car Buying Experience in 2020 by Westchester Magazine, they pride themselves on customer service. Visit any of their 6 award-winning locations or visit pepeautogroup.com to shop from the comfort of your home. Or come in and visit with our friendly staff. They'll even come to you for an at-home test drive or to pick up and drop off your vehicle for service. The Pepe Auto Group, since 1968. A name you can trust.
Back here in New Rochelle, New York on ESPN Plus presentation of MAC Women's Lacrosse. Chris Lynch, Charlie Brooks. It's been a very methodical offensive quarter so far. Only 3 goals between these two teams.
Yeah, both defenses really coming out to play today. Going back to that goal, that's really unfortunate for Iona. On that possession, ball was bouncing around for a long time. Nobody could corral it. It looked like Verada was fouled as her goggles came off of her face. You could see head coach Lauren Kahn for the Gales was infuriated as she tossed her scoreboard down onto the ground. And then eventually it turns into a free position. And that time, Votto unable to make the save. And Quinnipiac's back in the lead.
Clean pick and one. Stewart jumps on it. That's the first draw that the Gales won all day. The first 4 of them. The first 3 out of the 4 had gone to Quinnipiac. Something that they're going to badly need is just get more possessions. T. Paviola will drop this one backwards. Castellano, who took the draw for the Gales, gets this one in. Iona scored on the next possession after giving up the 1-0 lead. They're looking to do the same here, down 2-1. Stewart cuts it. His teammate behind the net, now Giacomo, turns, looks, somewhere to go with it. Keeps possession. Works through a couple defense. Lob pass. This is going to be kept in. Picked up by Stewart. Now 35 to work with no need to hurry. Shot is blocked, I think, before it ever got on goal. And this is going to be Quinnipiac ball.
And another yellow card on a follow-through for Iona. This time, Kati Pavola will have to sit on the bench. So another woman-up chance for Quinnipiac. They did score on their last woman-up for that second goal. I'm sure that's something the head coach Lauren Kahn isn't too happy about. Back-to-back offensive possessions, and with one of their players sitting down and the opponent woman up.
You got to give the Quinnipiac defense an awful lot of credit as well. The Gales' offense has been in complete quicksand so far. They've only gotten, I think, 2 shots away so far. One of them went in, and one of them went a little bit wide. The one shot they've gotten on goal, they've scored on.
Yeah, the offense has really struggled to find space. And when that one chance that was saved, Catherine Meyer, she had a really good chance in front of the net, and she was stopped. So Iona's offense needs to find something to do to change it up on offense. But right now, the focus is defense, trying to make this stop and get it back to Iona.
Pass up top, looks, lane shot, bounce shot is in. It's 3-1 Quinnipiac. Ella Grace Delmond with her second goal of the game to make it 3-1. 24 goals on the season for the freshman.
And that is another woman up goal for Quinnipiac to go on this mini 2-0 run, as Pavla is released after that, so team's back to even strength. But you wonder what Iona can do to switch things up offensively so that they can try and get a shot back on. You see one of the players over on the bench for Iona is Gabrielle Thornton. She's been standing there for a decent amount of time now, sent by Lauren Kahn. She was hurt in their win over Niagara, their last home game. She has that knee heavily taped up. So wondering if that's something that Lauren Kahn may go to at some point today.
She was moving pretty all right in the warm-up sequence, so she's definitely an option, at least what it seems to us. Iona won the last draw. This one goes up. Sneaks its way through. One Bobcat, another is there on top of it. It's Maddie Deegan that's on top of it. The draw controls have been entirely in Quinnipiac's favor today.
And we should mention Ella Grace Desmond now back-to-back goals for Quinnipiac.
That streak no more. Bounce shot goes in. Sophia Iacino makes it 4-1, and the Bobcats have come out with all the energy in the world to play spoiler here today.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Only one conference win. They have a really tough task in their last two if they want to get into the MAC tournament. But what's better than coming on the road and trying to play spoiler? And that was just a really great pass from behind the net. Iacino all by herself. And we did mention Gabrielle Thornton. She is on the field for this draw. So after being injured not that long ago, she's back, and let's see if that changes things up for this Iona draw, as they've only won one so far today.
Awarded an assist on Delman's first goal to Desiree Kleberg, so she's got 2 points today. Kara Patterson, the player who set up Iacino on that last one, so assists on each of the last 2 Quinnipiac goals to get them here. Bouncing on the Iona logo, it's picked up by Iona. Running forward with it is Alyssa Castellano. Let's do the check. Official blows the whistle. Can't do that. Meyer holds and looks. This one behind the net, Collins. Runs and cuts it and fades. Dishes behind to Maggiacomo. In towards the middle. Shot, save made. Shot picked back up by Castellano. Pass up top to Stewart. Stewart looking for a lane and knocks it in. It's 4-2. Iona offering some pushback.
And finally able to stop that 3-0 scoring run. It's Emily Stewart's second goal of the game. Almost identical to the first, even though a little better of an angle this time to beat the goalkeeper. Castellano was stopped, but there's no stopping Emily Stewart when she has a good run at goal. As you see here, makes one nice move, gets around the defender, and goes high over the goalie. It was 4-1, now 4-2, and this is a big draw here for Castellano to try and continue maybe getting this Iona team back in it a little more.
Stewart takes over the solo goal-scoring lead on this team. Overtakes Kiera Verada's 38 at the start of the day. Stewart has 39 on the season. And has both goals scored by Iona. I don't believe they did not give an assist to anybody, so both of Stewart's goals are unassisted in the early going. At this point, you don't really care exactly how the goal looks. You just want goals. Here we go. Ball goes up. Quinnipiac's on top of another draw control. Maddie Deegan has a nose for possession around there. Emily Feeney will run this one up. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. What's been an unmitigated success for the Bobcats so far. Looking for more. I'll lob this one down. Cuts it in. Behind the net for Skalstead. Turns around, wants a shot. Ball forced out. They're going to whistle a foul against Carly Young, the senior from Derry, New Hampshire.
Now, it was almost an unnecessary foul by Young as the ball had already come out of the stick and then just followed through with the push. So now free position for the visitors.
Skalstead has it. That's a really steep angle. It's about as steep as you can actually get from one of these free positions. Takes the pass. They're not going to look for a quick shot. They'll just look to burn some more time. In a multi-goal lead, the clock is your friend, even early on. Be methodical and look for your shot in tight. Feeney, building momentum, running shot over the crossbar, picked up by Kleberg behind the net. Long back up top to Delmond. Feeney. Pass right, shot, save made by Votto. Has come up with a couple of big saves to keep this one close. Well, they need to get it clear and get at least one goal back before the end of the first quarter.
And once again, you see the ride is on for this Quinnipiac defense trying to stop the clears. Something that Quinnipiac obviously has seen is maybe some weakness from Iona's clear offense.
Intercepted. Good play by Kleberg to jump in front of it. Quinnipiac causes another turnover and prevents another clear attempt. Iona's been so good for most of the season at the clears, and they've had one of their weakest quarters as far as getting the ball out of their own defensive end. Skalstead setting up. We've got 1 minute left to go here in the first. I'll lob this one up top for Feeney. Left side for Delmond. Delmond has 2 of the 4 goals for Quinnipiac. 45 left. Shot clock turned off. Feeney. They are going to take their time and burn this down. Back up top. Feeney. The middle turn, shot save made. Bouncing ball is picked up by Votto. 20 seconds left. Votto just staying in the goal circle, and we'll roll this one out to the side, hoping for something good to bounce her way. And nope, it's another turnover. They'll get it in, looks for a shot, and they score it. 5-2 in favor of Quinnipiac with 8.5 seconds left.
And that's just really poor from Iona. Votto trying to roll it out to Linthicum, and it went off of Linthicum's stick, out of bounds, giving the ball to Quinnipiac. And they took very quickly off of the whistle, and it turns into a goal after Votto had just made a save, or it had just gone off the pipe. And you see there, you can't see it on the screen, but the head coach, Lauren Kahn for Iona, not happy with her keeper in that situation. Maybe thinking that she should have just ran out the clock, get them into the second quarter down 4-2.
That's Sophie Spencer, the senior from Brantford, Connecticut, who scored the goal, her 14th of the season. 8.5 left coming into what will almost certainly be the last draw of the quarter. This one bounces. Quinnipiac may even be able to get one last shot. Ball springs its way free, and the final seconds will burn off. Quinnipiac, a great first quarter for the Bobcats. Iona going to have to regroup down 5-2 heading into the second quarter here in New Rochelle, New York.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
I knew things were coming to an end. When you're the man in the arena, there's no thrill like that. There's still a desire to win.
Second quarter just about set to get underway between Quinnipiac and Iona. Bobcats look great in the first quarter. Chris Lynch, Charlie Brooks here on ESPN Plus. And Charlie, that's one of the most disappointing quarters from Iona's perspective. From Quinnipiac's perspective, it's one of their best quarters of the season.
Yeah, it's two ways you can look at that. Really bad for Iona. They struggled on the clear, something that they have really done well so far this season. But the ride for Quinnipiac is the key to this game so far. 5 caused turnovers. Well, 3 caused turnovers, according to the stats. 5 turnovers in that quarter for Iona. That's a big story, including that late goal for Quinnipiac with 8 seconds left on the clock. That is due to their ride so far. 13 shots, almost over doubling Iona's 6 shots so far. Sophia Votto has kept Iona in this game with her 4 saves. Iona's offense needs to wake up now, or else this game could really get out of hand in this first half.
And Iona only got 2 shots away on goal. They ended up getting 5 shots on goal compared to Quinnipiac's 9. 2 out of Iona's 5 went in. Gales going from right to left across your internet wave in their white jerseys for the second 15-minute slate. Quinnipiac and their road blues going the opposite direction. This one goes straight up, pinballing down, and finally picked up off the grounder by Delaney Roan, the sophomore defender from Bayshore, New York. There's one other very important thing that Quinnipiac did was they won most of the draw controls in that first quarter and got most of the possessions off it.
Yeah, that's why they were able to get 13 shots, is they had so many possessions. Not only did they cause turnovers, they won the important draw controls, and early on, it's going to be a foul against Quinnipiac.
Carly Linthicum holding up the possession, had the ball whacked out of her stick. Not going to be a real free position. It'll be just a possession. Waiting for the officials to blow the play back in.
I believe what they're trying to figure out is the shot clock and game clock. Also trying to figure out the exact positioning of where they will put Linthicum, and they'll actually set her behind the net to restart play. Good job by the referees getting together and figuring out where they wanted the player.
And we're back in and moving. Brewster runs, cuts it, lobs it behind the net, over the outstretched stick of Megan Collins and out of bounds. Another Iona turnover.
6 turnovers now, and that was Brewster. We haven't mentioned her too much. She had a 5-goal appearance against Manhattan in their last game. And before that, she had a hat trick against Niagara here. So she's been hot offensively.
Quinnipiac completes the clear. They're 3 for 3 on their attempts so far today. Time is their friend. We'll pass this one on the right side. Feeney. Pass this one behind the net for Skalstead. Back up top, Kleberg. Runs, wants a lane, doesn't have it. Good defense, ball bouncing inside the 8. Pinballing. and finally taken by the Gales, specifically by Verada, running straight downhill. Gonna be a whistle. Did they pull a card?
Yes, they will pull the card.
They're sending Lauren Hayes, the senior defenseman from Amherst, New Hampshire, to the sidelines. Be a woman up for Iona.
And this is the second time today, as now they'll have to most likely reset the game clock, as the clock was still running as they were giving that card. This is the second time today, though, that Iona has had a woman up. That first time it actually ended up with them getting called for a yellow card on a dangerous follow-through on their ensuing possession. So we'll have to see if this time they can get something going.
Into the middle, good defense to tip that pass before it ever got into the stick of Kati Pavola.
Actually, I believe Pavlo was trying to just whack the ball in, not even catching it, and it just didn't hang up for her as Iona turns it over again.
Good awareness by Kat Henselder, the goalkeeper for the Bobcats, to pick that pass off. We'll get this one over. High pass. This is bouncing towards the Quinnipiac bench. Can they keep it in? Still contested for who's got it. 4 Bobcats end up coming away with it. Sophia Iacino, player who does that. And they are comfortable with just taking their time and burning down the remaining time on the penalty. 50 seconds to work with to get a shot away. He's still waiting.
It is always hard to operate offensively when you're a player down. That's why you see they're taking as much of this clock down as they can, waiting to get back to even strength.
Patterson holds and waits. Just takes the release valve up top to Moore. Defense by Roan. Left side for Feeney. Skalstead retreats and fades. They've got 15 seconds to get a shot away. I'd be surprised if they look to start making a move here. Pass. Skalstead spins. Doubled. Ball comes out. We're going to get a... Yep, we're going to get a Quinnipiac free position. Skalstead's going to have it.
Now the big question becomes, is there any time on the shot clock as you see it? Double zeros on the field. They may put a second or two back on for this free position.
Yep, they put 2 seconds back on.
So this has to be a very quick shot for Skalstad from the 8 meters. She'll have to shoot it almost right away.
One shovels it, and it's in! 1 second left on the shot clock, and it's 6-2 Quinnipiac.
Skalstad knew exactly what to do. She took a couple of steps and just rolled that ball in as the clock hit 1 second. Basically a buzzer beater for Skalstad's 27th goal of the season. Finally able to score after a couple of free position chances in the first quarter. And everything is going Quinnipiac's way. Even a player down, they are able to score.
Only 1 goal behind Kleberg now. This has been quite a performance for the Bobcats. They've denied Iona getting any offensive momentum going. The Gales haven't helped themselves. They've committed a couple of bad turnovers so far in this game as well, it must be noted.
7 turnovers now after that last possession for Iona offensively. And that's been the main story. 6-2 the score. Iona not able to do anything offensively is a major reason why we're at that score.
7 turnovers for Iona, 2 for Quinnipiac. As far as free position shots, Quinnipiac has 4. Iona does not have 1 yet. Gales get on the grounder. Swing this one over to Verado, running straight downhill. That's the right side, in and out of Meyer's stick, picked up by Pavla.
And Meyer was in on net if she was able to catch that ball, but maybe just a little bit too far behind her from Verada.
Stewart's shot save made, and the ball is covered in the goal circle by Henselder. Stewart has been the only player who's gotten any type of offense going for Iona. Well, pass up ahead for Feeney. She'll complete the clear. Quinnipiac has been perfect on the clear attempts. Patterson holds and peruses, looks for somewhere to go with it. Lobbed up high. Feeney retrieves it. And Quinnipiac is perfectly fine with playing this more methodical type of game. Pass to the middle. Ball comes out. That's good defense by Iona to jar that ball free. Carly Young, senior from Derry, New Hampshire, broke up the pass attempt.
Actually, I think that was a backhanded shovel shot by Skalstad. She was trying to catch Votto off guard. We've seen a couple of those this season here at this field, but that time didn't have enough power or precision on the shot, and Votto was easily able to pick it up.
Gales complete the clear. They do have a full second half to play. We've got 9 minutes, under 9 minutes now to go here in the second quarter. You've got to start getting some more clean possessions and shots away here.
Most importantly, getting shots off is one of the main issues that they have had so far in this game.
Brewster with the pass to Collins. Maggiacomo. And backwards, Collins. Works off a defender. Quinnipiac holding their space very well. Brewster cuts it past. They've got 20 seconds to get a shot away. Maggiacomo. You've got a flag coming out.
The delayed call on the free position. That will set it up for Iona, and if you want to get back into this game, you need to take these opportunities that are given by the referees. A shooting space violation against Quinnipiac there.
Maggiacomo is going to line up. This is the first free position that Iona has gotten all day, and they make it count. Bounce shot and in. The sophomore from Medford, New York makes it 6-3. Maybe that sparks something for the offense.
For Iona, they hope they will spark something for the offense. But as I mentioned, take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you by the defense. An easy shot there from Maggiacomo, who's having a good season. She has really stepped up from the free position chances that she has been given.
It's her 11th goal this season. First player other than Stewart to a point for the Gales today. One shot found its way through. Kat Henselder has done a good job in net, so good work to get one through. Now we see what they do on the draw. Quinnipiac is going to send Maddie Deegan out. Iona is sending Carly Linthicum to do the honors.
Which tells you that Iona is trying out different plugs there in the draw circle as they've really struggled to win draw contents today.
That's picked up by Verada. Good crowd came out to Mazzella. Verada needs her way through. This is going to be a dead ball called as Verada gets checked by a couple of Bobcats.
And somehow there's not a yellow card coming out. Does that look like there was contact made to the head/neck area of Verada? So getting a little lucky there maybe is Maddie Deegan, but Iona keeps possession. That's the most important part. They need to score here, cut this lead down even more.
Collins holds, spins, looks for somewhere to go with it. Collins is a facilitator more than a goal scorer. Stewart running downhill, treats Collins. Now 50 seconds to work with. Collins up top to Brewster, through her stick. There's no Bobcat around, so she'll just pick it up uncontested. Brewster runs it on, has a lane, shoots it. Save is made. We had a whistle blow before the shot. Quinnipiac doesn't like it.
For very good reason they don't like it. Is usually when a shot gets taken, that will get rid of the advantage being played to the offense, but referee pulled it back, and now Brewster has a chance from a free position. And back-to-back free position goals could cut this lead down to 2 for Iona trailing.
Similar angle as the last one. Brewster can't finish it off. Good save by Henselder.
Brewster, who is coming off of that 5-goal game against Manhattan, their last time out. And Iona, whenever they get those free positions, they do like to go down low on the goalkeepers. Matt Giacomo scored, and then I think because of that, this time Henselder knew that Iona was going low, and she was able to get down with her stick to make the save.
It's good awareness from her to be able to pick up on those tendencies. And a couple of good saves, has picked off a pass and caused a turnover. Feeney whips it across. Delman. Feeney holds it, has some space to run this one in. Rada picks up the defense. 35 to work with. Skalstead turns, looks. Skalstead holds it. One pass. No retreat out. 20 to work with, and Quinnipiac, like their main goal is just don't let Iona have any possession at all. Runs this one. That shot goes wide to the left of the goal. The nearest player there is a Bobcat. 10 seconds to work with. They're going to look to get a shot away. Didn't get one on goal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They do not get a shot away in time. The Iona defense holds. And now they'll look for a proper clear.
And even though that is a shot clock violation, really smart there by Skalstad to just throw that ball into the corner and stop Iona's offense from being able to go quickly. And that's exactly why you do that.
Great turnover forced by Iacino. That's been a big problem for the Gales. They've turned it now over 8 times in this game.
And just going back to what I mean, Skalstad, when she throws that ball into the corner, that allows Quinnipiac to start making their substitutions as the shot clock is running off, and the Iona player has to go pick it up, so that their ride defense was set up by the time that Iona had the ball.
Skalstad circles, backs the defender, down shot is on, and it's got cleanly by Votto. Young will carry this over the center field line and will complete the clear. Worked by Young to just get this one over the line. 4 minutes left to be played here in the second quarter. Put this one up top. Brewster runs it, shoots it, save made by Henselder. Ball bouncing around up top and is finally scooped up by Meyer.
2 players went down, 1 for each team, and right now it's Gabby Becker, the Quinnipiac defender, who's hunched over. Might be a little hurt.
Stewart's pass slips through a couple of players, still bouncing, kept in play, and it's gathered up by Gabby Beckett.
Mentioned she might be a little hurt, and she ends up with the ball.
We're going to get a timeout called. Quinnipiac is going to call it. We'll take a breather as well. 3:14 left in the first half. Brief pause back in a moment on ESPN Plus presentation of MAC Women's Lacrosse.
What makes Lake Isle so unique is that there's nothing quite like it, from the golf course to the tennis courts to the pools to the food. I mean, you can spend the whole day here. You come here early in the morning, you can tee off, you can have a great lunch here at the new facility, then you can go to the pool with kids, you can spend the whole afternoon here. Lake Isle has everything the other clubs have, minus one thing. That is the exorbitant cost. So no matter where you live in the surrounding areas of Eastchester, you should join Lake Isle for all the things that it offers.
Lake Isle Country Club in Eastchester, New York. Call 914-961-3453.
We
are the MACSAC Social Justice Committee.
We aim to increase awareness and acceptance for everyone,
regardless of race, sexual orientation, religion, or gender.
Using our platforms to make change.
And becoming involved for the betterment of our campuses, teams, and greater community.
Social justice means being a player on and off the field.
Social justice means thinking of a world much bigger than you.
We challenge you to continue to engage in reformative policy and to promote equity and inclusion for the long haul.
3:14 left to be played in the first half between Quinnipiac and Iona. Chris Lee and Charlie Brooks. Charlie, we've got a couple other games going on around the MAC. One very important game for Iona's postseason hopes.
Yeah, the big game for Iona's postseason hopes right now, Fairfield and Manhattan. That game being played at Fairfield. It is the first half. Fairfield has a 7-2 lead in that game. That is important because Iona just beat Manhattan in their last game. So it is very possible that Iona could jump above Manhattan if Iona wins either today or Saturday and Manhattan loses both of their remaining games.
Of course, preferably you want to just win both of these games and control your own destiny without needing any additional help. 6-3 the score here. Iona's looked a little bit better at points throughout this quarter than have the Bobcats, but this has been some tough sledding. Quinnipiac's done a great job of just possessing and moving the ball around in the offensive end. And they do get their shots away, but mostly they're denying Iona, who can turn into a track team. They're denying them possession. Swing this one to the left side. Across the way for Kleberg. Skalstead. Feeney. 10 to work with. Cuts it in, shoots it. Save made by Votto. She's made a couple of very big saves. Gales have just under 2 minutes to try and chip away at this 6-3 lead. So they're going to get the clear first and lob it across for Young, who, second time in a row, Young has completed the clear. Collins. Take the pass behind the net to Magiacomo.
And if Iona wants to get back into the game here in the first half, they have to score on this possession and leave enough time on the clock that they can score again and maybe cut it down to a one-goal game.
Stewart to Collins in tight. Pass is broken up. And the Bobcats have done a great job in packing the 8.
And that was just an ill-advised pass by Iona, looking for Kati Pavla, but Pavla was double-teamed. It was always going to be really tough to get it into her, and now Quinnipiac can build this lead back up to 4 and kill most of this clock. The shot clock is off, by the way.
The Bobcats scored on their last possession of the first quarter. Iona got a stop, fumbled the attempted clear following up that save. And they score again late with 38 seconds left to go. It's 7-3 for Quinnipiac. Kira Patterson, the junior from Fulton, gets that goal.
Actually, Emily Feeney there with the goal, her 15th of the season. It was just a good job, as Iona thought that maybe Quinnipiac were going to run more of that clock down. She took the snipe from about the 8-meter mark and beat Votto to the bottom left corner. And now there's a chance that Quinnipiac could score again. There's 38 seconds left on the clock. So you win another draw control, which Quinnipiac has been dominating here in the first half. And there's a chance you could take an 8-3 lead into halftime.
It's been a great performance, Quinnipiac, here in the first half. They've come on the road. At least Iona's been 4-1 so far this season. And they've done a brilliant job of being able to deny one of the top offensive teams in the conference, any offense, really. They're making sure that the ball is set. Here we go. Takes a friendly Iona bounce for a second. Follow-up bounce. It's Iona's ball. They've got 30 seconds. They need a goal. Verada cuts to the right. Spins off. Pavla. One defender to get around. Shoots it. That's going to be wide. It stays with the Gales. They've got 15 seconds left. They get another shot away. Turns, fires, save, made, and picked up by Henselder. We'll just hold it and burn out the remaining time in the first half. The Quinnipiac Bobcats lead 7-3. They've done pretty much everything well against the Iona Gales so far.
And one of the best halves for Quinnipiac, but a half that Iona will want to forget. There's still plenty of time left in this game, 30 minutes, only a 4-goal deficit, but it's looking harder and harder for Iona to get back into this game the way they're playing and the way that their opponents are playing specifically. A 7-3 lead, Quinnipiac more than deserving of that lead.
They had a bunch of opportunities. If not for the goalkeeping work of Sophia Votto, this could be a bit more. We'll take a breather, come back in a little bit with halftime notes and observations here on ESPN Plus's presentation of MAC Women's Lacrosse here in New Rochelle, New York.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Your happiest spring starts at Lowe's. Experience all the deals at SpringFest. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility.
Here we go! Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
It's lights out and away we go! So that's a big crash! Get in there!
I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Halftime between Quinnipiac and Iona here in New Rochelle on ESPN Plus. Chris Lynch and Charlie Brooks here at Mazzella Field. And Charlie, this is one of the best halves that Quinnipiac has played all season. We'll show you the highlights of it here.
Yeah, 5-9 coming into today for Quinnipiac, but they have been playing very well so far in the first half, and it was back and forth early. Emily Stewart tied the game for Iona, and then once it was 1-1, it has been all Quinnipiac since, getting this lead up to right now where they are at 4 goals, and free positions, they've just been doing it from all over the field scoring.
They've hit their looks. They've hit their lanes. This is one of another free position shot that went in. This one by Sydney Skalstead. Actually, that's a save that Sophia Votto made, which has been one of the bright spots for Iona's. Votto's played very well in net for them.
Yeah, Votto 6 saves in the first half, but then on the other side, Henselder also with 6 saves. And once Henselder got into the game, the offense really woke up. Iona maybe thought they would get back into the game with this Magiacomo goal in the first half, but once again, it was a response by Quinnipiac. There was that last goal of the half that made it 7-3, and the save late by Henselder, and that is where we are now with the 7-3. Let's look at the game summary. Ella Grace Delmond is one of the players for Quinnipiac who's been playing really well today. She had back-to-back goals in the first quarter, that big quarter for Quinnipiac. Emily Stewart, 2 of the 3 goals today for Iona, and look at that shot statistic. That's really explaining today's game.
Desiree Berg with 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points so far. She's done a great job in facilitating and setting up this play for what has been a great game for Quinnipiac and a game that Iona is going to have to make some adjustments for. We'll take another breather, come back in just a moment with a couple more notes and some look at the standings here on ESPN Plus's presentation of MAC Women's Lacrosse.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Unfold the possibilities of Makita's cordless outdoor power equipment. The rear-wheel drive delivers the torque to tackle uneven terrain. Experience instant power without the hassles of gas. This 21-inch self-propelled lawnmower cuts non-stop for up to half an acre. Reach speeds of 116 miles per hour with the blower. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
Hello.
Hi.
Are we ready?
Let's get started.
That's an off. Good.
Ah, that's what I've been this whole time.
Wisdom. Chiffon.
Halftime starting to come to an end. Iona and Quinnipiac will take to the field in just a second for the second half. Chris Lynch and Charlie Brooks here on ESPN+. Let's take a look at the standings and what's been a wickedly difficult conference to play in this season.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest conferences this season. Every team has a chance of being in a good spot in the MAC standings. And there are 2 games we're looking at today. Iona right now down at the half. The 2 teams above them, Fairfield, Manhattan, playing each other right now at halftime. That game is 8-2 in favor of Fairfield. That's important to note because Manhattan lost to Iona earlier this season. The last game for Iona was that win over Manhattan. So if Manhattan and Iona both lose, Iona would still be 1 game behind Manhattan. Manhattan finishes their season with Niagara. Iona finishes their season with Marist. So there's still plenty of time left in this game. But that just shows how crazy this conference is, that even a loss today for Iona could keep them in that top 6 picture if Manhattan also loses.
One other game going on today in the MAC, Canisius and Marist at the half. That game is tied at 4 apiece. Tells you how that Marist, the last place team in the conference, has taken the 4th place team, a 9-4 team, and holding them to 4 goals in the first half. This conference is good.
Yeah, it is. And let's look at the first half stats from this. Biggest statistic we'll look at, turnovers. Iona 10, Quinnipiac 4. That's the difference in this game. 6 turnovers more for Iona than Quinnipiac.
And they've been able to capitalize on it. Draws are even. Goals are the most lopsided status. We'll take one last pause. We'll come back with the second half between Iona and Quinnipiac here on ESPN+.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Custom shirts help people feel like they're part of a team. My name is Timothy Chi, and I'm the CEO of Wedding Art. We're very proud customers of Custom Ink. We keep coming back to Custom Ink because of the quality of the product, the customer service, and the ease of use. That moment you walk in the office and people are wearing the same gear, you feel a sense of connectedness and belonging right away. And our shirts from Custom Ink help bring us together.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
Second half just about set to get going between Quinnipiac and Iona. Chris Linda and Charlie Brooks here at Mazzella Field in New Rochelle. A beautiful sunny day for what Quinnipiac is hoping to play spoiler here.
Yeah, and Quinnipiac's looking to play spoiler. They're also the better team in this series history. You look at it, Quinnipiac leads all-time 9-3, including 4-1 here in New Rochelle. So history is on their side of winning this matchup. The Gales have lost 3 straight. Their last home win in 2018, or last home win in 2015.
Yeah.
Last win in general was 2018. So there's a lot riding on Iona. Not only are their playoff chances riding today, but they're also looking to get off the snide against this Quinnipiac side.
Bobcats have lost their last 6 consecutive games. And it's been a bit of a tough sled for them lately, but they're in a good position here. They'll put 15 minutes up on the clock. Quinnipiac will be in their road blues going from right to left across your ESPN Plus airwaves. Iona will be going the opposite direction. Gales send out Alyssa Castellano, the freshman from Millstone, New Jersey, to take the opening draw of the second half. Maddie Deegan will be her counterpart. Right on it's the N and the center dot logo.
Yeah, and Castellano has done a pretty good job from the draw circle of getting some possessions for Iona, but they need to really dominate the draws if they're going to get back into this game.
This goes straight up, bounces down, and it's picked up by Kira Verada. Her second draw control of the game. She gets 2 more. She has the program record for most draw controls in a single season for a Gale player.
And oh, by the way, this is her first year. There's still even more years for her to maybe extend that record if she can get it this year.
Yeah, the MAC is going to have to get used to her as Stewart runs this downhill. Ball comes out of her stick, and it's picked up by Quinnipiac's Emily Feeney. Gale's trying to jar this free before they can complete the clear. Quinnipiac is successful. Good work by Feeney to get free. One pass, spins off a defender. Looks for the shot, didn't have the look. Iacino will retreat, shot save made. Ball still bouncing, and Quinnipiac will keep up the attack.
I couldn't tell if that was off of the foot of Votto or if it hit the pipe. What matters, though, is that the ball stayed out of the net if you're the Gales.
That was close. That was really close. And wait to see what the stat chart provides it. More. Spins off, looks, shoots it, and scores it. Quinnipiac with the hot start. Moore, sophomore from Bridgewater, New Jersey, makes it 8-3.
And that is exactly the start that they wanted to the second half, making a stop defensively and then going down the other end and extending their lead to a game-high 5 now. And look at Moore there, just getting around the defender, and they've been loving to go to the bottom corners of the net against Vada. That's where they've had the most success today. And I'm sure they will continue to do that here in the second half.
Takes a minute and 23 seconds for the goal. First goal of the game went to Quinnipiac as well, and that took only about a minute, not even.
So they've started the first half and the second half quickly.
Gale's going to have to start getting some offense. They got the first possession. Got a look in the middle of the good primed shooting area, and they just couldn't get this down. They'll be awarded possession off of an over-the-back play, trying to go for the grounder.
It looked like it was a high stick that caught Castellano up high. And now Castellano is caught, and we'll get a woman-up chance for Iona. They hadn't scored from the woman-up today. They came into today with about 26 goals woman-up this season, really thriving. This is another big chance, though.
Sophia Iacino, been a big part of the game on the run for the Bobcats so far today.
And we should mention that is the second time today that we've seen a card given to a Bobcats player as Iona was trying to get into the offensive zone.
In tight shot. That doesn't find its way down. Picked up by Julia Stenek. Actually still pinballing through. Murata gets to it. Spins off a defender. Ball comes out. He's got backup in the form of Catherine Meyer. We've got a whistle away from the ball. The official pulled a flag out.
Off the ball foul.
They're going to award a free position to Iona. It's Megan Collins. He's going to have the look. Golden chance to cut into this lead. Save made by Henselder, who's been excellent on those chances.
And that is the third free possession today for Iona. All three have gone down low. The first was scored by Matthew Giacomo. The last two have been saved by Henselder. So the Bobcats goalkeeper has gone accustomed to the low shot and gotten down there to save it twice.
Bobcats are fine with just taking their time, enjoying the nice, warm, sunny day. Lake Breeze pretty comfortable here in New Rochelle. Late April, great time of year.
Weather's starting to get better. The trees are starting to sprout up, and peak spring athletic season.
Iona's a really pretty campus when all the trees are in bloom. Not a big campus, a small little postage stamp in New Rochelle, but a very pretty place. 30 seconds to work with for Quinnipiac. Retreats and fades, cuts and spins. Still looking. Feeney there for it. They've got 15 to work with, and they are fine with taking their time. Feeney holds it, swings it right. Backhanded shot goes over the net and out of play. Bobcats, they're going to put a second or two back on. No, they're going to award the possession to Iona.
Second time today, the shot clock violation against Quinnipiac. And that goal, when it goes in, it looks really pretty. But when that shot doesn't go on target, it causes some issues.
Gale's trying to complete the clear. It's a cross check by Iacino.
Iacino already with one yellow card. One more and she'd be done for the game. So she has to be careful when she's being physical with the Iona midfielders and offensive players.
Gales complete the clear. Holds and looks for this one. To the left side. 40 to work with. Got thin looks. Gabrielle Thornton. Didn't see a lot of her in the first half. Tumbles down. This is going to be a free position or a follow through. It's a free position for Iona. It's Thornton who will do the honors, the senior midfielder.
We haven't seen much of Thornton after her injury 2 games ago. This is her first game back, but this is a big chance for her to remind everyone she's on the field.
Wonder if they try to go high on this chance. Shot doesn't really get through. Picked up, and they'll set up a proper offensive play. Good presence of mind by Magiacamo to be there. Collins holds. They've got 13 seconds to get a shot away. Man's counting down. Turns, fires. There's the ball. Picked up 4. Still pinballing. Quinnipiac will get on top of it, and their defense holds. Poked free by Verada. This is Iona ball. Kara Verada with a great turnover forced. And let's see if the Gales can get some offense off it.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate for Quinnipiac as the shot clock was about to run out. Probably would have been a shot clock violation, but because they picked it up, shot clock reset and almost immediately was knocked out of the stick by Verada.
Shot is going to go wide. We'll stay with the Gales. Alyssa Castellano falling down as she took it. Thornton will just retreat and set it back up. Castellano wings it across. Pavola has a lane, walks in, shoots it, and scores! Iona gets on the board for the second half. It's 8-4. And now they're looking to start to go on a run here.
And Kati Pavola had the hat trick. Second most goals against Manhattan for the Scales team in their last game. Finally able to get on the score sheet here. And that's a nice pick set by Verada. She may not be scoring, and she may not get the assist there. But the pick by Verada worked perfectly to open up her teammate for an easy goal. And this lead now back to 4. And maybe a run starting for Iona if they can.
8 minutes, 50 seconds left to be played here in the third. Each team has gotten 1 goal so far in the quarter. We need to see if, I don't think they're going to actually award, no, they didn't award any assists on that. Pavola, her 14th goal of the season. Gales send out Castellano to take the draw against Maddie Deegan. Verada roams and looks around the inside of the circle. Goes into empty space. Race to get to this ball first is won by Quinnipiac. Some contact away from the ball. Wildcats nearly throw it away and turn it over on their side, but they'll gather up and get the clear. Bobcats looking for an offensive answer after the Iona goal. Skalstead up top to Feeney. Kleberg, 3 points for her. A goal and 2 assists for the junior from Huntington Station. 8:12 left. Quinnipiac a multi-goal lead. They can afford to be a bit methodical here. Feeney cuts it, pass, shot, bounces over the net. They'll stay with Quinnipiac. Don't think I've seen that before where a bounce shot goes over the net following.
A little bit too much put on there by Deegan on the bounce shot.
This shot goes a little bit wide from Kleberg. Still Quinnipiac ball. They've got 20 to work with.
Actually, they'll reset the shot clock as that was saved by Vado. She got a touch on it. Was waiting to see if the referees noticed.
And they actually
eventually
did.
They did. signal to reset to 60 seconds.
And that just helps Quinnipiac in being able to burn more time down and don't let Iona have possession. Feeney runs, shoots it. That goes wide. Don't know if Votto got a stick on it. And they don't reset the shot clock, so no. Bobcats turn and look. They've done a great job just keeping possession and working their lanes. Skalstead, the tight ball comes free, and it's picked up by Castellano. That's tied up. Iona's going to keep possession of this. Isabella Walker will run with it. Had a tough time with clears in the first. It's going to stay with Iona. Foul going to be called against Iacino. She's got to be careful with the physicality that she plays with. Gale's got the last goal to make it 8-4. I'm going to cut into it a little bit more. Pavla. We'll just take the release valve to Stewart. 2 goals for Stewart. Ball comes out of her stick, scoops it back up. 40 to work with. Giacomo looks for the pass. Doesn't like it. Collins looks, runs in, retreats. Takes it back. Pass is picked off. Good stick by Kat Henselder to cause the turnover. Second time that she has stepped in a passing lane. Quinnipiac trying to get out of their own end. Collins some aggressive defense to jar that one free from Melissa Murphy. And they award a penalty to Iona, actually. Quinnipiac will keep possession.
And that is a big foul call there. Crowd did not like it, the home crowd, as it would have given a 1-on-0 chance to Verada. And now another foul call, as Iona thought they had a turnover, and this will be a green card going against, I believe, Magiacomo. We'll see exactly who gets it. But that's 2 big calls by the referees, as twice Iona thought they were getting the ball back.
Officials are going to get together and confer. No Gale has actually gone to the sidelines. Still haven't sorted all this out yet. And I still haven't seen anybody go to the bench yet. An official's going to come over and have a chat with Lauren Kahn to explain the situation. We've got 5 minutes and 1 second left to go here in the third quarter.
The ball being knocked out the second time looked a lot cleaner than the first. So I'm not sure what the foul call was by the near side referee. There are 3 referees today. And with that last foul call, they'll also reset the shot clock to a full 90. So that is huge in 2 senses, as that shot clock had already run down to 57 before being reset after back-to-back fouls.
Bobcats with the possession. They've got all the time in the world and all the momentum now. A very low-scoring frame for both of these teams. Treats and looks. This has the pass to the right to Moore. Behind the net, Patterson. Turns off a defender. Look up top for Kleberg. Kleberg cuts it left, walks it on. We're going to get another foul called against Iona. This will be a free position for Kleberg.
This is probably the best angle you can get on an 8-meter, basically straight on against Votto.
4:14 left to go in the third. Great save for Votto. Sophia Votto, a freshman, has made a couple of enormous saves throughout this game and have kept it at just 8-4.
Yeah, gigantic save there, as that could have built the lead back up.
Grounder still contested. We've got a player hitting the ground. It's going to be a foul against Iona.
Yeah, it looked like a high elbow while the Iona player was trying to pick up the ground ball. Good call by the referees. And you know, Chris, they joke all the time in basketball about skipping media timeouts. We were supposed to get it at the under 8. We have 3.5 minutes left in this quarter, and it almost feels like we're not going to get one.
The way this has been playing, I mean, they've just been trying to play this game quickly. 3:15 left to go here in the third. Feeney runs it. Checked by Verada. Bruises, looks, pass. Spins, wants the shot. Ball stripped out. Still on the ground. Thornton going for it. This will find its way out of bounds. It's Iona ball with 2:52 left.
And what a great trail check. It looked like it was Thornton that put the check in and then made sure to watch that ball as it went out of bounds. The turnover by Quinnipiac. Plenty of time left in this game. Iona needs to get something going offensively, though.
They'll complete the clear first. Stewart running downhill. They'll swing it out to the right side for Collins. Back behind the net. Giacomo will just hold it. Thornton comes in. Thornton will look. Brewster. Has some room to work with. Shoots it. Save made by Kat Henselder. They have gone low on most of the shots, and Henselder has adjusted wonderfully.
Yeah, if you are Iona, you need to change up your shot angles. Try and go high on Henselder. She is making save after save on shots down low. Now credited with 11 saves in this game. Only 4 goals allowed. And I wonder if that is something that Iona's coaching staff will talk about in between quarters as time is running out. How do you change your shot angles to go high?
Got consideration for player of the game so far, I would guess.
Easily player of the game if the result holds this way.
Feeney with the pass. Spencer has to retreat. Taken away by Verada, and the follow-up check. This is going to be Iona ball. That's a brilliant defensive effort, and they pulled the card. And it's Spencer who's going to sit down.
It's another yellow card that Kira Verada has drawn against Quinnipiac defender who is on the ride against her. Verada's yet to score, but she is creating opportunities for Iona. 1:02 left in the third, so if Iona does not score in this quarter, they will have the woman up going into the fourth quarter, as it is a 2-minute yellow card.
50 seconds to work with here to end the third. Gales want a goal before the buzzer. Thornton runs in, ball comes out. This will find its way out of play. It's going to stay with the Gales. Collins. Carry it in. They've got 30 to work with. Shot clock turned off. Pass. Shot. Score! 8-5 with 26.2 left. It's Brewster who came on and buried it.
That is a great shot by Amber Brewster coming off a 5-goal game with 26.2 seconds left in this quarter, getting this game down to a 3-goal deficit is very important for the Gales.
Great passing sequence. That's a wonderful setup here. And now they've got a little bit of momentum, but it did give up 1 goal late to Quinnipiac in each of the prior 2 quarters. You have to prevent them from getting another one here in the third.
So Iona will have to win this draw. Their 3 best draw players who are healthy are on it right now. Verada, Stewart, and Thornton. If you can get one more goal heading into the fourth, it's a brand new game at only a 2-goal deficit.
Getting us the one in the last minute on the woman up, a big, big momentum opportunity. Getting another one here would be gravy in some ways. Here we go. Ball goes straight up. Still pinballing. We don't know who's got it. Quinnipiac does. Gabby Beckett doing a good job. 15 seconds left for the Bobcats. They're going to look to get one more goal. That's to Spencer. Gets around a defender. 7 seconds on the clock. Whistle sounds. They stop the clock at 2.4. I wonder if they're going to add a little more time back on. Too far out to get a clean shot away right away. Maybe you do take a desperation one. Spencer walks in. Save made by Votto. We'll go to the fourth quarter. 8-5. Bobcats in the lead. Come back in a little bit on ESPN Plus's presentation of MAC Women's Lacrosse here in New Rochelle, New York.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Custom shirts help people feel like they're part of a team. My name is Timothy Chi, and I'm the CEO of Wedding Mark. We're very proud customers of Custom Ink. We keep coming back to Custom Ink because of the quality of the product, the customer service, and the ease of use. That moment you walk in the office and people are wearing the same gear, you feel a sense of connectedness and belonging right away. And our shirts from Custom Ink help bring us together.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
15 minutes remain to be played between Quinnipiac and Iona here at Mazzella Field. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Chris Lynch and Charlie Brooks on the call for you here today. And it was a much better third quarter for Iona than what we got in the first two quarters.
Well, they won that quarter 2-1 scoring-wise, but they're still down by 3. It's not out of the question. They definitely can complete a comeback, but it's pivotal. You win as many draw controls as you can this quarter. You cause some turnovers offensively. Sophia Votto is going to be big in net for the Gales. And especially, let's look at the other score we've been keeping track of all day. Fairfield with a 10-2 lead over Manhattan in the fourth quarter. So a win for Iona today, just a reminder, could move them up to number 6 in the MAC, which would be in a playoff position. But Quinnipiac wants to keep them away right now, as they are 15 minutes away from only their second conference win of the season, their other conference win being against Marist.
Gales going from right to left across your ESPN Plus airwaves. Quinnipiac going the opposite direction, left to right. 8-5 the score. 26 shots on net for Quinnipiac, 22 on net for Iona. These goaltenders have faced a good amount of pressure, and each of them has come up with some really, really high-quality saves in this game. Ball bounces down to Thornton, who's been a much bigger presence here in the second half than she was in the first. Thornton runs downhill, hands this one off to Collins, set up the offense.
Yeah, and I think Thornton has been a bigger presence, especially because of her ability to win draws, ability to score and set up teammates is really big for Iona.
First 30 seconds burned off. Stewart spins, pass up top, fumbled by Brewster. Still on the ground, and it's picked up by Sophie Spencer.
And Brewster kept that ball away from Gabrielle Thornton, who was also coming in. And I think it was the stick of Brewster that knocked it into a good position for the Bobcats defender to take it.
Good defensive stand on the first possession of the fourth and final quarter of regulation time. Quinnipiac has lost their last 6 consecutive games, 5 of those coming in MAC play. The only non-conference game, they hosted San Diego State. They've had a tough sled, but they've looked tremendous.
Yeah, you would not imagine that Quinnipiac are 5-9 coming into today. The way that they have played, they have looked like one of the better teams in this conference.
Well, no doubt about it. Just shows you how they're one of only 2 teams under 500 in the MAC this season. Not for conference play, for overall play. And they've looked this good against one of the top offensive teams in the conference. Held them to 5 goals. Ball bouncing. Who's got it? It's Quinnipiac. Plus a tack-on foul. There's another whistle to stop the clock and the play.
They're going to bring this ball back to where the foul originally happened. Quinnipiac went a little bit too quick for the referee's liking, so
they're going to be adding some time back on, I would imagine.
I don't think the clock restarted after the foul was called, so we'll stay at 12:57 left in the game.
Officials still haven't. They add a couple seconds back onto the shot clock, but it's up to 15 seconds to work with there. No time added back onto the game clock before added to the shot clock. The officials are satisfied. We can play on. Pass shot wide. It'll find its way out over the timeline, still, or over the possession line. Still, Quinnipiac ball walks in, shoots it, and scores it. Sophia Iacino makes it 9-5 early in the fourth quarter.
And that is the second time today that we've seen Quinnipiac run that shot clock under 5 seconds. This time it ends at 4. Earlier we saw it run all the way down to 1 before a goal. But a fantastic move by Iacino, getting on the inside of her defender. And then from close range was not going to miss that shot. Her second goal of the game, 22nd this season. And that's just made things a little bit harder for Iona, as their deficit's back 4.
Only 3 players for Quinnipiac have multiple points in this game. She's now the 3rd player to get there. Iacino and Delmond have 2 goals each. Kleberg has a goal and 2 assists. In fact, Kleberg is the only Bobcat to have an assist at all, and she's got both of them.
It's really shown how deep Quinnipiac can be offensively. They're not reliant on one player, whereas Iona, you've seen at times, really relying on Emily Stewart and Kira Verada, among others, to run their offense.
7 different goal scorers for Quinnipiac in this game. 4-goal lead with 12:24 to play. Collins looking to facilitate. Brewster scored the most recent Iona goal. Lobbed across for Thornton. Thornton looking to cut it and go. Good job by Emily Feeney to hold her ground. Collins runs this one in. Pass, shot, and score! Collins the setup, and Magiacomo with the finisher.
Second goal today for Magiacomo. First was from the 8-meter. This time from the opposite side of the field on a nice setup by Collins. Cuts this lead right back to 3. That's what Iona needs to do offensively. Take some quick possessions and find the back of the net. It's been a fantastic game for Kat Henselder for the Bobcats, making saves down low. But that time, could not make the save on Maggiacomo.
Great pass, great setup. Collins is one of the top facilitator in the MAC conference, and that will be her first point of the game.
It's not only Verada that has been shut down offensively. You were just mentioning her first assist of the game. That's not like Megan Collins.
No.
Especially this season, she has been prolific in setting up her teammates.
Possession is going to end up going to Quinnipiac. That's Collins' 36th assist of the season. Second place on the team is Gabrielle Thornton, and she has 9. Bobcats will need to build their lead back up after winning the possession off the draw. 11 minutes and 15 seconds thereabouts left to play. Moves this one in. Fades and retreats. Pass it right. Iacino has been a big factor in this game. Kleberg. Lob the cross for Moore. Moore turns, looks, poked free. Nope, this is going to be a free position, and the fans who have come out to Mazzella Field, and it's a pretty good crowd here, are not happy with the ruling here.
For good reason. That looked like a clean trail check by Verada. Referee called a hold, and that's what set up a free position.
Kaylee Moore, the sophomore, shoots and scores it. 10-6 Bobcats.
And that is the second time today where this home crowd has thought that they should have had the ball. Verada called for a foul that time earlier. She was fouled in the first half, it looked like. Instead, it ends up Quinnipiac ball. They end up with a free position, and they convert. And it's back to for Kaylee Moore, her 4th goal of the season, but her most important goal as it builds that lead back with time really ticking down.
Moore is a sophomore from Bridgewater, New Jersey, from Bridgewater Raritan High School. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left to be played in regulation time. This has been a really solid performance. This has been one of Quinnipiac's best performances of the season to this point. Waiting for the official to set up the draw. Verada to take it against Maddie Deegan.
It's really been one of those games for Iona. Every time they have fought their way back into the game, an immediate response by Quinnipiac to rebuild their lead just a little bit. And I'm sure that is really hard for this Iona team, thinking that you're going to take that momentum back only to not really take advantage of these many chances that they are being given.
This ball's going to go straight up. Good play by Iacino to pick it cleanly. Feeney. And winning a draw right after you score a goal is such a big momentum get for your side. Kleberg holds. The time clock is Quinnipiac's friend. It is very much Iona's enemy right now. They're happy to just burn down the possession. Patterson. I'll lob this one up top. Feeney. On this one in and score it. Emily Feeney, the junior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, makes it 11-6.
And that is a super tough goal to give up for Ionas. They got this game back within 3 and an immediate 2-0 run. That one going up high on Vado has given Quinnipiac the big lead again. And maybe Quinnipiac thinks that their chances of sneaking into the MAC tournament are looking more and more alive. You win this game and you're still you're back within one game of Manhattan. As we mentioned, now they could have the head-to-head advantage against Iona.
That's certainly possible. 10:02 left. 11-6 the score here, and Iona's done such a great job of getting tremendous amount of offensive pressure on their opponents for most of the season, and Quinnipiac has held them to 6 goals for the whole game to this point with just 10 minutes left. There's still some time left, but you are running out. This is a team that's capable of putting up 20 on you. Stewart's going to run this one right downhill. Pass to Brewster. Cuts it to the middle. Retreats. Middle was packed in with Bobcats. We've got a whistle away from the ball. Not sure I understand what the whistle's being blown for.
It is going to be a free position for Brewster. Maybe a foul as she was being pushed away from goal. So she has a chance to get a goal back for Iona.
Brewster scores it right inside the left post. And it's 11-7.
I'm not sure exactly what happened on that goal. We'll have to watch the replays. It looked like the ball changed directions. Henselder was going one way. The ball went the other direction. And it ends up with an Iona goal, maybe deflecting off of a defender's stick to change direction. But what matters for Iona is
it's a goal.
A goal. And this lead back for 9:43 left in this game.
That's Brewster's second goal of the game. She's up to 20 for the season. She's one of 6 Gales to have 20 or more goals this season.
And a lot of those goals have come in conference season as she's really been thrown into games more often with the Leah Marshall injury earlier this year, and then when Thornton was hurt, she stepped up against Manhattan.
Stewart wins it off the draw. That's off the grounder following the immediate draw. That's a good win. You've got to score on this possession to build some momentum and put the fear of God into Quinnipiac.
Yeah, and I mentioned every time Iona has pulled one back, Quinnipiac has responded. So now is a chance for Iona to go on more than just a 1-0 scoring. We tack 2 goals together.
Great pass comes out of Brewster's stick. Stewart gets back on it. And front picked off. Great pick off by Kat Henselder. That's the 3rd caused turnover that she has created.
Yeah, and just going back to that shot chance for Brewster, she was looking for the backhand shovel goal. It was stopped by the defense, and then Henselder has just found herself in the right position to catch 3 balls and cause some turnovers. Not often you see the goalkeeper do that, but Henselder is comfortable in her crease and around her crease.
And they'll take any way that they can keep Iona from scoring. You never want to give your opponent any chance at a comeback here, so any way you can cut that down. Good possession by Kleberg, taking the defensive checks from Aaron O'Donnell. Bobcats will hold it. All fumbled, picked up by Verada. Couple Bobcats closing in. Verada keeps possession, moves it forward. They'll complete the clear. Collins as Brewster shoots it, save made, doesn't know where the ball is. It bounces down to Maggiacomo.
How did that ball stay out of the net?
That's a great save by Henselder, who's been just brilliant today. And a very fortunate bounce.
Very fortunate, as that one could have bounced anywhere, but it bounced to the side of the net.
Brewster to Collins. Alexis Skubas works on a defender. Swings it back up top to Thornton. Thornton cuts it, shoots it. That's a little bit wide. The goalkeeper made a play on it, so Collins will just pick a ball up and look to run with Collins. Underneath the defender, shot. And it'll bounce kind of harmlessly into Henselder's stick. And we're now under 7 minutes to play in regulation time. Turnover nearly forced. It's a whistle being called against Iona. Quinnipiac's going to keep possession of this one.
Home crowd not happy with that as the ball was on the ground, and off the ball push by Magiacomo. We've seen that a couple times today from Iona. They haven't needed to push the Quinnipiac players, but they've been caught doing it when the ball is on the ground.
Lauren Hayes, the senior from Amherst, New Hampshire, the player who took the brunt of it. 50 seconds up on the shot clock. And Quinnipiac up by 4. Is more than comfortable, just burning down the time. Swings it left. Cuts it to the middle. Gets around the circle. Skalstead will just take the long pass up top. Feeney right. Delmont. 2 goals in this game. Cuts it in. Shoots it. Save made by Votto. Sophia Votto has been one of the factors that has kept this game close.
Yeah, Votto has struggled at times, but she has made big saves when called upon. This team's still within 4. It's not without question. You can't score 4 goals in 5.5 minutes. But Iona's going to need to start going quickly on every offensive possession.
5:14 the time remaining. Still looking. In tight shot. Couldn't get a clean look out of her stick, did Magiacomo. Ground ball picked up by Julia Stenek, the sophomore from Bayport, New York. Trying to force the turnover free. Can't do so. Beckett will just take the long pass over the middle. It's knocked down, still on the ground, and picked up finally by Lauren Hayes.
That is really unfortunate there for Catherine Meyer. Knocked the ball out of the air, but a Bobcat was in perfect position to just win that ball right back to stay on it, and they can kill off a lot of time. As I mentioned before, their season is not over if they win this game. They are only 1 game behind Manhattan, and that could set up a hectic Saturday here in the conference as Quinnipiac will host Monmouth, Manhattan will play Niagara, and Iona will host Marist on what could be a huge, huge Saturday in this conference.
A couple other games. Niagara is at Siena, and Manhattan on the Niagara-Siena game is on Thursday, tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And Manhattan pays a visit to Niagara on Sunday, 12 noon. Out there, Iona gets a save. We've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Long pass out over the middle of the field. Ball is bouncing. Picked up. Nope. Verada will get on it. 3:20 left. Be one of the great comebacks for the program if you could get 4 in the last 3:13. Start by getting 1.
1 goal at a time. But they have to move quickly on every possession.
Brewster's shot save made by Henselder. Just take the long pass out over the middle to Kleberg. Going across for Iacino. Steps in, does Patterson. Back up top, passes a bit too far. Verada will pick up the unforced turnover by Quinnipiac. Pavla running downhill, trying to get a look. Shot, save made. As Pavla tumbled to the surface. Good save by Henselder. Tight checking defense for Quinnipiac.
It has just been one of those games for Iona's offense. 14 saves for Henselder today. That one from a very tight angle. 2 saves on the last 2 possessions, and that's really helped Quinnipiac bring this game within striking distance to finish it off.
We got a timeout called for by, I believe, Quinnipiac. We'll take a breather and come back in a moment for the final 2:08 of regulation time. You're on ESPN+.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
SpringFest is back. And right now, you'll find everything your lawn and home needs this season. At great prices for the season. Stop by Lowe's now for your happiest spring.
Two minutes and 8 seconds left to be played in regulation time between Iona and Quinnipiac. You're on ESPN+. Chris Lynch and Charlie Brooks with you for the penultimate game of the Iona home season. We'll play one more game on Saturday against the Red Foxes of Marist. This has been a great performance by Quinnipiac here today.
Yeah, this has been a season-defining performance for Quinnipiac. Their tournament chances could have ended with a loss today, but they have controlled this one throughout as we're now within a minute 30 of this game ending. And you can tell that this was a team playing for their tournament lives as they were playing with a lot of intensity, forced a lot of turnovers. And now Iona will have to play for their lives on Saturday against Marist. If they can't come back with the miraculous comeback. So there are 4 seconds on this shot clock.
Bobcats looking, shot save made by Sophia Votto. She's been one of the biggest bright spots of this game for the Iona Gales. Got into a hole early and got some tough bounces and could not get the offense going in their favor.
This game has been a goalie's best friend. Henselder 14 saves, Votto 13 saves. Non-offensive battle, really.
Ball bounces. Grounder contested and finally picked up by Beckett.
And that will all but do it for this game. 30 seconds left. A gigantic victory for Quinnipiac, their next game at home against Monmouth. And they could have a chance of going to the MAC tournament themselves as the 6th seed.
Gales will get one more possession, try and score one more goal in the final couple of seconds. Verada shot save made by Henselder, and that pretty much sums up how this game has gone. The Quinnipiac Bobcats have come into Mazzella Field here in New Rochelle and have won. They beat the Iona Gales 11-7 in what is a bit of a setback for Iona's chances at making a run to the MAC tournament. They'll get another chance to do so on Saturday, but this was a tough game for them.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they have another chance on Saturday, but they need a lot of help from other games in the MAC to make the tournament as the 6th seed. Should set up for a great day of women's lacrosse, as Iona will look to bounce back. These things happen, but for Quinnipiac, give them all the credit. A 15-save performance by their goalkeeper, shutting down one of the best offenses in this conference. limiting them to only 7 goals today. A fantastic game from the visitors.
And Iona turned the ball over a bunch of times throughout this game. And they played a very sloppy game throughout. 16 total turnovers for Iona, 12 for the Bobcats. A great performance by Iona. They'll get one more home game and to close out the season on Saturday against Marist. And that's going to do it. But here with Iona College, and for my tag team partner Charlie Brooks, I'm Chris Lynch. We hope you have enjoyed your Wednesday afternoon with us. Be well wherever you might be.